The movie begins in the world of NASCAR, the loudest, most dangerous, most unforgiving motorsport in America. 43 cars packed onto an oval track, inches apart, hitting speeds of nearly 200 miles per hour. One wrong move, and everything ends. This is the world Cole Trickle is about to walk into. Cole Trickle is a young, hungry racing driver. He's been competing in USAC open-wheel racing, and he's got raw talent that's impossible to ignore. That's where Tim Daland comes in. Daland is a wealthy Chevrolet dealership tycoon, the kind of man who sees opportunity before anyone else does. He watches Cole and sees something worth betting on, so he makes a move. He recruits Cole to race for his team in the NASCAR Winston Cup Series. It's a massive step up. A different league entirely, and Daland knows that to make this work, he needs someone who understands NASCAR from the inside out. So he goes and pulls Harry Hogg out of retirement. Now Harry Hogg is not just any crew chief, this man is a legend, a car builder, someone who has forgotten more about NASCAR than most people will ever know. But Harry left the sport under a cloud. He walked away to avoid an investigation connected to the death of a driver named Buddy Bretherton. That's the weight Harry carries with him. That's the baggage he brings back when Daland convinces him to return. And the question hanging over everything from the very beginning is, can Harry channel all of that experience, all of that guilt, all of that knowledge into turning Cole Trickle into a NASCAR winner? The first test happens at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's a private session, no crowd, no pressure, just Cole in the car and the clock. And Cole sets a fast time, fast enough to turn heads. Fast enough to convince Harry that there's something real here. Harry builds Cole a new chassis, puts his team together, and they prepare for Cole's first official NASCAR start. That race is at Phoenix, and brothers, it does not go well. Cole gets out on that track and immediately runs into trouble he didn't see coming. He runs well early, showing real speed, but then Rowdy Burns goes to work. Rowdy spots this cocky rookie and does what Rowdy does best. He hunts him down and spins him out. Aggressively, deliberately, with zero remorse. Cole's race is done before it ever really began, and that is just the start of it. The weeks that follow are a nightmare. Race after race, Cole is off the pace. Crashes, mechanical failures, the whole thing is a disaster. The montage of carnage keeps growing. Daland is getting nervous. The money is burning.
And what do? We end up looking like a monkey fucking a football out there.
Harry is watching this unfold with the eyes of a man who has seen it all before. But here's what makes Harry different from everyone else. He doesn't panic, he diagnoses. Cole finally comes clean. He sits down with Harry and admits something that takes real guts to say out loud.
Now, Cole, when you shift the gear and that little needle on the tack goes into the red and reads 9,000 RPM, that's bad.
It's nothing I can't do with a race car.
Well, he sure as hell does. How can he expect to race if he don't know what a race car can and can't do? What is this shit, huh?
He doesn't understand NASCAR terminology at all. He's been out there on the track essentially guessing, unable to communicate properly with his crew, unable to tell them what adjustments the car needs. He's been driving blind. And this is the moment everything changes. Because Harry doesn't humiliate him. He doesn't fire him. He puts Cole through rigorous training. He teaches him the language of NASCAR, what the car should feel like, how to describe understeer and oversteer, how to talk to your crew chief so they can actually help you. It's not glamorous, it's not exciting, it's two men in a garage rebuilding the foundation from scratch. But it works. The payoff comes at Darlington Raceway. This is where Cole Trickle announces himself to the world. Darlington is one of the most demanding tracks in NASCAR, narrow, unforgiving, with walls that have collected the paint of every driver who ever got too comfortable. Cole goes out there, and he is a different driver. The communication with Harry is clean. The car is dialed in. And when the moment comes, Cole executes a slingshot maneuver from the outside line, drafting up behind Rowdy Burns, using the aerodynamics to slingshot past him, and he takes the lead. He wins his first NASCAR race. Think about what that moment means. A few weeks earlier, this man couldn't finish a race. He was getting destroyed by Rowdy Burns on every lap. He didn't even know how to talk to his own crew chief. And now he's standing in victory lane at Darlington. That's not luck. That's what happens when raw talent meets the right teacher. The rivalry between Cole and Rowdy doesn't cool down after Darlington. It escalates all the way to the Firecracker 400 at Daytona International Speedway. Now Daytona is the cathedral of NASCAR, the most famous oval in the world, and the Firecracker 400 is one of the biggest races on the calendar. The crowd is massive, and Cole and Rowdy are both out there pushing the absolute limit. Then it happens. Both drivers get caught in a massive crash. Not a minor incident, a full catastrophic wreck, the kind that stops your heart when you see it. Both Cole and Rowdy are seriously injured. And just like that, everything stops. Cole wakes up in a hospital in Daytona Beach, and this is where the movie shifts gears for a moment, because it's here that Cole meets Dr. Claire Lewicki. Claire is a neurosurgeon. She is sharp, direct, and she does not treat Cole like a celebrity or a racing star. She treats him like a patient. And Cole, who is used to being the most confident man in any room, finds himself completely off balance around her. There's something about Claire that gets through the armor. A connection that develops naturally, genuinely, and a romantic relationship begins to form between them during his recovery. But while Cole is lying in that hospital bed, something else is happening that he doesn't know about yet. NASCAR President Big John has had enough. Big John calls Cole and Rowdy into a meeting, and he makes it crystal clear the reckless rivalry between these two drivers, the dangerous racing, the intimidation tactics, it stops. Now.
Just touch. I'm going to black flag the two of you. Going to take apart your race car for 300 laps.
What happens next is genuinely one of the more surprising turns in this movie. Because Big John doesn't just warn them. He engineers a situation where Cole and Rowdy are forced to spend time together. They go to dinner. And somewhere in that process, two men who have been trying to wreck each other for months actually talk.
You're late.
We had car trouble.
What kind of car trouble?
I believe it was the radiator. Wasn't it, Cole?
The bitter rivals become genuine friends. Dayland has hired a replacement driver to fill his seat. That driver's name is Russ Wheeler. Russ Wheeler is everything Cole was when he first arrived, young, fast, hungry, and absolutely convinced he is the best driver on the planet. Except Russ has something Cole didn't have at the start. He already knows how to play the game. He knows how to work the politics. And so Cole comes back and immediately finds himself in a new war. Not with Rowdy Burns this time, with his own teammate. The tension between Cole and Russ escalates fast. At Atlanta Motor Speedway, the friction between them leads to an engine failure for Cole. The race is a disaster, and Dayland, rather than backing his original driver, is defensive of Russ. He offers Cole and his crew no support. The message is clear: Russ Wheeler is the future, and Cole Trickle is yesterday's news. Cole can feel it, Harry can feel it. The team that built something real together is being dismantled from the inside. Then comes North Wilkesboro, and this is where Russ Wheeler shows exactly who he is. During the race, Russ doesn't just block Cole during their pit stop, he sideswipes him, pinning Cole's car against the concrete pit wall as Cole tries to accelerate out of his box, deliberately damaging his sheet metal and trapping him. Cynical, calculated, and completely deliberate. And then, on the final lap, Russ forces Cole into the outside wall to win the race. His own teammate, he puts Cole into the wall to take the victory. Cole is furious, and honestly, who could blame him? After the race, Cole retaliates. He waits for the cool-down lap and drives straight into Russ's car. It's not subtle, it's not strategic, it's raw anger, and it spills out in front of everyone. What follows is a full brawl. Harry, Dayland, both pit crews, everyone going at it in the aftermath of the race. And Tim Dayland, standing in the middle of all of it, makes his position crystal clear. He sides with Russ. He defends Russ. He shows Cole and Harry exactly where they stand in this team. Cole has had enough. Harry has had enough. They quit, because staying would mean accepting that what Russ did was okay, and neither of them is willing to do that. Rowdy Burns gets news that stops him cold. The injuries from the Daytona crash were more serious than anyone realized. Rowdy needs brain surgery. There's a broken blood vessel that has to be fixed, and the surgery is not optional. Without it, his career, maybe his life is at risk. But here's the problem. Rowdy has a sponsor, and that sponsor has a contract with a strict clause. The car must stay in the race. If Rowdy doesn't have a driver in his car at the Daytona 500, the biggest race in NASCAR, the sponsorship deal falls apart entirely. And without that sponsorship, Rowdy's entire race shop goes under. The team he built, the crew he employs, all of it gone. He won't have a team to come back to once he heals. So Rowdy does something that would have been unthinkable just a few months earlier. He asks Cole Trickle to drive his car. Cole sits with that request for a moment. And that decision right there is the turning point of the entire film, because it gives Cole something he desperately needs: a car, a race, a shot at redemption. But Cole needs Harry. But Harry was fired, humiliated. Cole goes to him anyway. He asks Harry to come back, to return as his crew chief for the Daytona 500. And Harry agrees. That moment matters more than it might seem on the surface. He is choosing to believe in Cole one more time. The preparation for the Daytona 500 begins. Race day at Daytona International Speedway. This is the Super Bowl of NASCAR. And Cole Trickle driving Rowdy Burns' car is about to go to war. But Cole is not the only one with something to prove today. Russ Wheeler is out there too, in his Hardee's Chevrolet. The man who blocked Cole in the pits, the man who drove him into the wall at North Wilkesboro, the man who got Cole fired. The green flag drops. The race unfolds at a ferocious pace. Cole is running well. Harry is on the radio, calm and precise, reading the race, making the calls. The communication between them is everything it wasn't at Phoenix all those months ago. But then Russ Wheeler makes his move. Russ spins Cole out. It is deliberate, calculated. Russ uses his car to put Cole into a spin, disrupting his race, costing him positions, putting him in danger. And as if that wasn't enough, Cole's car develops a malfunctioning transmission, on top of the spin, on top of the lost positions. Now the car itself is fighting him. What happens next in those pits is genuinely one of the best moments in the film, because it is not just Harry's crew working on that car. Dayland steps in too. Both crews, Harry's team, and Dayland's resources, working together under pressure to fix the transmission and get Cole back on the lead lap. The transmission gets fixed, Cole gets back on the lead lap. He is back in contention at the Daytona 500. Cole Trickle in Rowdy Burns' car, fighting his way through the field, closing in on the front. And right there ahead of him, exactly where you knew he would be, is Russ Wheeler. Now, Russ is smart. He has watched Cole all season. He knows Cole's moves, he knows Cole's tendencies, and he is convinced he knows exactly what Cole is going to do. He is waiting for Cole to go to the outside. Cole goes to the inside. It is called a crossover move. Instead of doing what Russ expects, instead of going to the outside where Russ is prepared and waiting, Cole cuts to the inside. He fakes Russ out completely. Russ moves to cover the outside, and Cole is already gone, sliding through on the inside, taking the lead. Cole Trickle wins the Daytona 500, and Cole and his crew celebrate together, the relationship that grew out of a hospital room in Daytona Beach now standing in the most triumphant moment of his career. But there is one more moment, one that matters more than the trophy. Cole looks over and sees Harry, sitting alone, away from the chaos of the celebration. And on Harry's face is something that is hard to put into words. It is not quite a smile. It is something deeper than that. It is the look of a man who has been through everything, who carried guilt and doubt and the weight of a career that ended badly, and who has just watched the driver he believed in win the biggest race in NASCAR. And then he challenges Cole to a foot race to victory lane. That is how this movie ends. Not with a dramatic speech. Not with a slow-motion trophy lift. With two men, a driver and his crew chief, racing each other on foot to victory lane. There is no better ending for a film about a man who cannot stop competing. If you're feeling that old school nostalgia and want more retro movie recaps, smash that like button and subscribe to Old School Recaps.